Congratulations, you now have to pick up all of your dog's poop every single day. Hi guys, my name is Michelle and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a puppy's essential video. So these are the top essentials that you are going to need for your puppy. Let's get into it. I also like to say that this video is a Amazon edition puppy essentials. 95% of the items that I show on this video I all got from Amazon. Obviously, if you want to buy them from different sites, you can. But I just thought that Amazon was very convenient to me as far as shipping and as well as quality as well. I really didn't have any issues with any of the items that I purchased from Amazon. So yeah. Okay, so first to start off this video, you will need a leash. And you're probably like, duh, I need a leash. But some people forget. You'll be surprised. Some people do forget. So the first thing I got was this simple kind of like straightforward leash. This is not a retractable leash. It's actually pretty short, as you can see. When I first got Bean, he was all of 3 pounds. So he was not a heavy pup. Therefore, I did not need anything like super durable or, you know, just something to really hold him back because he was so tiny. Plus, in those beginning stages of getting him, he was 7 weeks old, so I wasn't going to be walking him anyways because he didn't have his shots. So definitely want to make sure that you just get, depending on the type of dog you have, if you have a really small dog like a Shih Tzu, Chihuahua, Yorkie, something straightforward like this type of leash is fine. But another option is to get a retractable leash. Now, this is something that I use now for Bean, now that he's about 15 pounds. And retractable leashes are really good because of this handle. You're able to really like get a grip of your dog when you're walking versus having this one. It's not really anything you can just like grab much onto. So bottom line, you just need a dog leash. Okay, so let's talk about collars and harnesses. So we're gonna start with harnesses first. So when I got Bean, I did buy him a harness just because I felt like harnesses have better control on your dog. Also, harnesses are very safe for your dog. The harness goes over their body rather than having a collar that will go over the neck. And so when you use your leash, you're taking your dog for a walk, you're not putting all that pressure and like low-key choking them on their neck with a collar. Rather, you're wearing a harness. It protects their neck. It protects them in general. Now, definitely, if you still want to get your dog a collar for things like identity purposes, I understand. I actually ended up buying Bean a collar. So this is the collar I got for Bean. And as you can see, my finger's covering my phone number. But I just got his name engraved on his buckle because I don't really like those little dangly keychains. They make so much annoying noise. But yeah, so I just bought Bean a collar just for identity purposes in case, you know, he ever was to run away or something bad was to happen to him. They will have my phone number and his name on his collar. But definitely when it comes down to walking your dog or just doing anything that will require a leash, I do prefer you get a harness. Okay, so the next thing on your list should be a doggy bed. Woo. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. Now, here is my disclaimer on doggy beds. So for the first, I would like to say 3 or 4 months that I had Bean, he actually slept in his crate because I was doing crate training. So he didn't even really use the doggy bed at first. When he got older and he was able to, you know, sleep outside of his crate without peeing and without doing all of his business in my apartment, that's when the doggy bed became useful. So here's my thing. If you want to get a doggy bed, go for it. You have basically a newborn puppy. I would not emphasize on spending a lot of money on a doggy bed. I would focus more on getting a crate. So my next point would be having a crate. So crates are super important because when you first get your puppy, you want to start that whole crate training process. And also if you ever want to go somewhere, you want to make sure that your puppy is confined in an area to where they are not roaming around your house or your apartment while you are gone. So another thing alongside the crate I would suggest getting is a crate cover. Crate covers really help kind of give the dog a zenned out, dark space within the crate. Also, if you have a pretty nosy pup, like I do with Bean. Bean would not like close his eyes and go to sleep until he saw me go to sleep. And that was before the crate cover. And with the crate cover, they're only confined to looking straight ahead in the crate. So that's why I like the crate cover, because it allows Bean to kind of have to naturally learn how to go to sleep on his own without really relying on me to do it, to kind of do it, and then he follows. So I would definitely suggest getting a crate cover alongside with your crate. If you don't want to get a crate cover, you can always just get a blanket and put a blanket on top of your crate. That's what I did before I got the crate cover, and then eventually I just upgraded to getting an official crate cover. Next, you should be getting a food container. So let's talk about containers. Okay, let me put this down first. So food containers are pretty self-explanatory. You want to have a container box to fill up all your dog's foods in. So a hack that you can do with your food container is that if you have a smaller dog and you're buying 4 to 6 pounds of doggy food compared to about 10 to 12 or above pounds of doggy food, just buy a 10-pound food storage bin, kind of like what I just showed you. And all you do is you take that 4 to 6 pound bag and just stick the bag inside the container instead of trying to actually pour out all of the food into the container. This just helps with cleaning the container. Obviously, you saw I do have the food poured into the storage bin, and that's because I now have upgraded to buying Bean. Even though he is so small, I like to bulk buy, so I just paid for a 12-pound bag, and I just poured that into the storage container. So of course, the next thing you're gonna wanna buy are some play toys. Play toys are very important for your dog. So when it comes to buying toys, sometimes it can be a little difficult, especially if you don't have your puppy yet. Obviously, you won't know what your puppy likes to play. So what I did was I just went and bought like a bulk variety bag of toys from Amazon that consisted of ropes, squeaky toys, and balls. That way, when Bean came, I just like laid it all out for him and let him decide what he liked and what he didn't like. And so that's just probably the easiest way to go about it. I would suggest definitely making sure to get a nice variety. Even if you don't end up buying a variety bag full of toys, get some type of variety so that you're not just buying all ropes or all balls or all squeaky toys. You may not like the squeaky toys, but the squeaky toys like the dog. So make sure you do get your dog something with a little noise into it. Also, one of the biggest things that I would suggest is that if you notice that your dog really likes to gnaw and chew on toys, I would suggest getting toys that have very thick ridges, so that way your dog is not just busting open the toy and like getting all the plush out of it. But all in all, just make sure to buy your dog a good variety of toys. The next thing that you will want to get, and this is very optional, but it definitely was effective for me, and that is a playpen. Playpens are very important because it keeps your dog in a nice confined space. Bean was a very small pup, and I didn't feel comfortable with him roaming around the rest of my apartment, and I was fearful that given that we were still potty training, he was gonna go run to a different room and then go pee in it, and I wasn't gonna be able to tell like what was going on. That's why I ended up getting a playpen. And playpens are also very beneficial because you can just plop all of their toys in there, their food and water bowl if you want to in there, and essentially it just becomes like their own little playhouse. And so that's why I really like the playpen. Obviously, as Bean got older, he was able to eventually like jump over the playpen, so therefore like the purpose kind of like faded for why I needed it. But if you have a really small dog, I definitely would suggest doing this for the first early months of you having that pup. If you have a bigger size dog, I don't really know how effective it could be because of the fact of how fast big dogs tend to grow. So yeah, definitely just consider it, but it's very much an optional thing, but it definitely helps me in the long run. So the next thing you're going to need is some puppy shampoo. So puppy shampoo is very important if you have a pup that is about 7 weeks old up until they get all of their shots. Usually by your vet, you're told not to go to the groomers until your pet has had all of their shots. Therefore, it is very good to always have some puppy shampoo on hand so that when your puppy does start to become a little smelly, you can go ahead and wash your pup yourself without having to worry about keeping your puppy so smelly until they get all of their shots. Definitely once your pup becomes of age to start going to the groomers and they have all of their shots, then shampoo is always still great to have on hand just in case your dog accidentally goes and runs through a mud pile or gets super dirty playing with other dogs. You're able just to go ahead and wash your puppy yourself for that time being without having to worry about booking an appointment so quickly just to wash your dog. So definitely get you some puppy shampoo. Shampoo does not have to be this very lavish organic type of formula. Just get something that's very gentle to their skin and you should be fine. All right, so the next thing you're going to need is a brush. Now this is very optional, especially if you have a short-haired dog. Bean is a long-haired dog, so therefore I have to brush him on the daily. Even if you start going to the groomers after a while, you still want to make sure you're brushing your dog daily so that they don't knot and mat up. So yeah, definitely need a brush. Doesn't have to be anything expensive, just something to brush their hair so they can stay nice, fluffy, and soft. So the next thing that you're gonna have to get is some poo bags. Congratulations, you now have to pick up all of your dog's poop every single day. So poo bags, self-explanatory, you just need them to pick up your dog's business. One good thing that you can get alongside poo bags is a poo bag holder. As you can see, this poo bag holder has a keychain attached to it. This is very good so that you can attach this to the leash. So when you're walking your dog, you're able just to have the poo bags right there on the leash. You don't have to go dig into your pocket or carry around in your hand your poo bags. So yeah, definitely a very good thing to not only get, of course, your poo bags, but also to get a little keychain as well. I mean, the next best thing as far as not getting a poo bag would be like a grocery bag, and I don't see why you would. Just get the poo bags, okay? Just get the poo bags. So the next item that you are going to need is an artificial grass pad. Now, I consider this an essential, but you may consider this an optional thing. I consider it essential due to the fact that this really helped potty train my dog. A lot of people love to get those white cotton pee pads and then place them all over their floor. And I don't like to do that because I feel like that essentially encourages your dog to still pee inside your apartment or house. Rather, I like to do things that kind of make more sense, which is to buy something that mimics real life, what they really would need to pee on, which is grass. So therefore, I bought the artificial grass pad so that every time I took Bean out to my balcony or to my patio, wherever I kept it, he associated that fake grass with real grass, and I would actually take him outside. And also, artificial grass is very beneficial to those who live in high-rise apartments, or even late at night if you have to take your dog out. Because I remember when Bean was a puppy, literally I would have to take him out at like 2 in the morning, at 4 in the morning, at 6 in the morning. And so it was so convenient just to let Bean out on my balcony on the artificial grass instead of having to put on clothes to go all the way downstairs to go to the actual ground floor to let him out. So I would definitely look into it. I got mine from Petco, but Amazon definitely has some as well. The artificial grass is also very easy to clean. It comes with a washable pad underneath that you just plop in the washer, and it cleans right out all of that business stuff that your dog does. So I definitely would suggest investing in a pee pad if you can. Again, just a very easy, simple hack that I have that really helps me. Okay, so let's talk dog food. So dog food can be a very controversial subject, and honestly what worked for me was just researching on Google the best type of dog food brands for a Shih Tzu. And after looking through that list of best dog food brands, and let me know if you guys want me to do a review on the dog food that I currently have, which is the Wellness Core brand, I found that tend to really work for Bean. Obviously, when you first get your dog, I would not recommend putting so much emphasis in buying new dog food. You want to make sure that you're feeding your dog the same dog food that the breeder or the shelter was feeding the dog prior to you having it, just so that you don't mess with your dog's stomach. So definitely make sure that you contact them to ask them what did they buy the dog. Buy that brand first, let your dog eat that brand for a couple of weeks, and then after a while, transfer your dog into the new food that you have. And usually most dog brands come with a feeding chart on the back that shows you how much of the new food to put in the old dog food to make that transition very easy. But yeah, that's my suggestion on dog food, but of course you definitely need some food for your dog. So alongside food storage, you definitely want to make sure that you're buying your dog a food bowl. I would suggest getting a dual food bowl and water bowl, one that just has both in one setting. Obviously, I can't show it because his food and water is in it right now, but try to look for a food and water bowl that also comes with a mat on there. This just makes it very easier for cleanup. If you buy just the water bowl and just the food bowl and no like mat to put it on, I mean, they're going to end up putting all the food and water on the floor. So just want to make sure to get you a nice mat that comes with the food and water bowl. I also went a little above and beyond and I bought an additional silicone mat to lay underneath the water and bowl set, just because I noticed that Bean really was becoming a messy eater and I just didn't want to have all those food pieces on the floor. So I just bought additional silicone mat just to catch all those additional droppings that he may have. So a bonus item that you can get is some carpet cleaner. So carpet cleaner is very important because at some point your dog is going to pee on your carpet, whether you like that or not. And at that point, it's more so about deciding which is the easiest way to clean your dog's pee or poo or whatever. So the best thing you can do is get this simple solution carpet cleaner. This is like my holy grail. And I specifically only get this brand because it just works magic. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other brands out there that you can get, obviously, but this is just what worked for me. It is a little on the pricier side to say it's a cleaning solution, but it was effective. When I was in my old apartment and Bean would pee on that carpet, I would spray a couple pumps of this and by magic, it was cleared up and it was good to go. So definitely invest and get you some carpet cleaner because you're going to need it. All right, guys, so that concludes today's video. Let me know down in the comments below if you found this video very helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This was my very first YouTube video, so please stay tuned for more videos from me about all things life in general. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. This is Bean. Bean, say hi. Okay.